True generosity shines brightest in silence, without the need for applause. Today's message reminds us that kindness is a quiet power, bringing light without a spotlight. As dawn breaks, let's embrace a peaceful and reflective space, ready to connect our hearts in prayer. In this moment of prayer, there is an invitation for renewal and grace, guiding us toward deeper love and compassion. True generosity shines brightest in silence, without the need for applause. Today's message reminds us that kindness is a quiet power, bringing light without a spotlight. As dawn breaks, let's embrace a peaceful and reflective space, ready to connect our hearts in prayer. In this moment of prayer, there is an invitation for renewal and grace, guiding us toward deeper love and compassion. As we enter this sacred moment, let us open our hearts to the wisdom found in God's Word. When you make gifts of mercy, do not blow a trumpet ahead of you. Take a moment to be still and let these words resonate within you. In this quiet space, let us reflect on the teaching that calls us to humility and sincerity in our acts of kindness. When you make gifts of mercy, do not blow a trumpet ahead of you. Allow this truth to settle deeply in your heart, inviting you to remember the essence of giving from a place of genuine love. This verse is part of a larger teaching from Jesus during the Sermon on the Mount, where he addresses the intentions behind our actions. In this specific context, Jesus speaks to his followers about the importance of humility and sincerity in acts of kindness, encouraging them to give without seeking acknowledgement or praise from others. As we ponder this message, let us prepare our hearts for a deeper understanding of the beauty in giving quietly. In this profound teaching moment, Jesus is guiding his followers on the essence of genuine generosity, emphasizing that true acts of kindness come from the heart rather than the desire for recognition. He identifies a common tendency among people to seek validation for their charitable deeds, urging his listeners to pursue a humble spirit in their giving. This encouragement invites us into a space of reflection, focusing on the quiet strength that lies in selfless acts of love and mercy, reminding us that the spirit of giving thrives when done for its own sake, separate from worldly acknowledgement. This morning, we find ourselves wrapped in the gentle reminder that our everyday actions, often unnoticed by others, can carry profound significance in our journey of faith. Today, we are invited to reflect on the quiet strength of giving without recognition. Embracing this theme can deepen our connection to God and bring us peace, as we recognize that true kindness flourishes in the unseen moments. As the day unfolds, let us take a moment to consider how our acts of kindness, often hidden from public view, embody a quiet strength in our walk with God. Today, we explore the beauty of giving without the desire for acclaim, recognizing that in these humble gestures lies a powerful expression of our faith and love. This theme resonates with us, reminding us that genuine compassion often thrives in the stillness, inviting us to let our hearts pour out in service, free from the need for recognition. As we dwell in this call to embrace quiet giving, we are invited to discover deeper truths about God's character. God reveals his heart through the beauty of unassuming generosity, showing us that true giving is not about being seen, but about reflecting his love silently and faithfully. This truth highlights God's desire for us to mirror his grace in a world that often craves attention, emphasizing the significance of humility in our acts of kindness. In this moment of reflection, we come to see that God's heart beats in the quiet places where mercy flows without the need for applause. He calls us to a deeper understanding of generosity, one that is rooted in the purity of intention rather than public acknowledgement. As we ponder this, we recognize how our acts of kindness echo the very nature of God, who, in his infinite grace, gives abundantly out of love, often unseen and uncelebrated. Through this divine understanding, we draw nearer to his essence, becoming conduits of his mercy in a world that deeply longs for authentic compassion. Acknowledging the invitation to reflect God's generosity helps us recognize its gentle impact on our everyday lives. As we see this strength manifest in small ways, we might find our hearts shifted towards a posture of humility and gratitude, softening our interactions and thoughts, gently knitting us closer to those around us. This truth invites us to be present, to notice the quiet blessings we receive and give, allowing our hearts to open to the grace that surrounds us. As we hold this understanding of God's generosity within us, we may begin to feel its warm influence in our daily moments, unveiling a quiet strength that calls us to give without the longing for recognition. We start to sense how our decisions and interactions can flow from this spirit of unassuming grace, changing our perspective and attitudes. Each act of kindness or support can take on a sacred quality, moving us beyond ourselves and inviting deeper connections with others. We may quietly notice how, in being generous, we reciprocate the mercy we have freely received, opening our hearts to a gentler way of living. Lived awareness of God's unassuming generosity opens our hearts to deeper emotional resonance with his quiet strength in our giving. As we reflect, we may feel the stirrings of weariness and longing within us, a soft twinge of needing connection, perhaps a quiet tension from the demands of our hearts. Yet in this space, we sense the gentle nearness of God, a steady presence that meets us where we are. Nothing is required of us in this moment. We are invited simply to rest, allowing our hearts to settle in his embrace, feeling met and understood. In this sacred stillness, we acknowledge the tenderness of God's truth gently resting on our hearts, stirring within us an awareness of our own quiet struggles and desires for connection. And as we embrace this, we sense his unwavering compassion surrounding us with a gentle strength that holds our weary hearts, offering reassurance that we are not alone, allowing us to simply be as we rest in his presence. As we reflect on the quiet strength of giving without recognition, we begin to understand how powerfully God works through our humble acts. In those moments, we are reminded of God's unwavering care and faithfulness, ever present and attentive to our hearts. This fosters a nurturing sense of emotional support, awakening within us a gentle hope and an open-hearted readiness. As we sit with this understanding, we can feel the comfort of knowing that even our simplest acts of kindness resonate deeply in God's heart. His gentle faithfulness surrounds us, inviting us to lean into the quiet strength that often goes unnoticed. In our willingness to give without seeking recognition, we find ourselves enriched by a peace that transcends our understanding. Let us hold on to this inward assurance as we gently prepare our hearts for the sacred time of prayer ahead. In our daily lives, we often encounter moments where our small gestures go unnoticed, yet they carry a deep significance. Think of a time when you held the door open for a stranger or shared a kind word with someone who seemed down, yet felt no need for acknowledgement. It's in these simple acts that we can feel the gentle nudging of love within us, a reminder that our hearts are seen even when our actions are not. As we reflect on our own experiences, we might remember those precious moments of quietly offering ourselves to others without seeking applause or recognition. Perhaps it was a brief interaction at work or a simple kindness extended to a neighbor, where we felt a warm connection to something greater within us. In those instances, we recognize how significant these moments are and how they mirror the quiet strength of giving from the heart, allowing us to experience the grace of our intentions. Let us pause and open our hearts to this unassuming, yet profound gift of generosity. There are moments when we find ourselves quietly giving, perhaps a smile to a stranger or a helping hand for someone in need. In these instances, there can be feelings of uncertainty, wondering if our efforts make a difference or if they will go unnoticed. Yet in those simple acts, we might notice a sense of peace, as if God whispers that our small gestures matter deeply. We may feel this familiar pull when we offer kindness without the expectation of acknowledgement. In those quiet exchanges, a soft doubt may linger about whether our acts truly resonate, yet we often find an unexpected warmth filling our hearts. There lies a gentle reassurance, reflecting God's presence in those modest moments of giving, reminding us that every small act is woven into something greater. As we pause in this shared silence, we begin to notice how the simplest acts can hold the quietest strength, often unseen yet deeply felt. We realize that giving without recognition feels like a soft echo of compassion, reminding us that our hearts can open wider in unspoken kindness. In this tender awareness, we sense the divine gently whispering, revealing that our generosity does not require a spotlight to illuminate its value. There, in the stillness, we find comfort in knowing we are not alone, embraced by something greater that acknowledges our smallest acts of love. We understand that true giving flourishes in humility, finding its power in the quiet spaces between us. In these moments of reflection, we recognize how God weaves his presence through our unrecognized acts, affirming our shared journey of kindness. As we rest together in this mutual understanding, we begin to see how our quiet acts can weave a profound connection with our shared humanity. We notice that in our willingness to give without the need for recognition, we find strength and grace. God meets us in these moments, reminding us of the beauty we cultivate in silence. With this awareness, we find ourselves gently ready to bring our hearts before God in prayer, embracing the stillness that invites surrender. As we ponder the quiet strength of giving without recognition, many may find themselves reflecting on their own acts of kindness, those moments where the heart knows the joy of selflessness without the need for accolades. This gentle recollection invites a soft stirring within, allowing us to feel the warmth of shared experiences and the beauty of compassion quietly offered. In this space of shared humanity, we sense a profound truth, that God's love weaves through each of our lives, near and dear, as we walk together in silence. In this moment, as we gather in our hearts, we find that our experiences ripple together in the stillness, recognizing how this journey of quiet giving connects us all, enfolded in the tender presence of God that surrounds us, inviting us to rest in that warmth before entering into prayer. The true essence of giving lies in our ability to act selflessly, motivated by love rather than the desire for recognition. In this quiet strength, we find comfort in knowing that our acts of kindness resonate with God's heart, echoing in the silence of our intentions. This grounding truth provides a serene foundation, allowing us to embrace the simplicity of giving and the purity of our motives. As we hold this truth in our hearts, we recognize that genuine giving does not seek applause, but rather flows from a place of deep love and connection to God. In trusting His presence, we find reassurance that each small act of kindness is seen and cherished, fostering a subtle yet profound strength within us. We can approach our prayer with a gentle confidence, knowing we are upheld by God's faithful love, ready to share our hearts with Him. As we reflect on the beauty of quiet giving, an inner stirring toward trust begins to emerge our hearts, gently find readiness to lean into God's grace and care. We are softly invited to embrace the warmth of entrusting ourselves to His steadfast love in this tranquil moment. We open our hearts to the comfort of knowing that God delights in our quiet acts of love, prompting us to lean further into His peace. The depths of His presence assure us that there is safety as we surrender our thoughts and concerns, allowing our faith to deepen with each breath we take. As we settle into this gentle space, we feel the invitation to trust grow within us, leading us naturally to a heartfelt conversation in prayer. May a gentle peace wrap around our hearts, whispering of the quiet strength found in giving with grace and love, unseen yet profoundly impactful. As we go into this day, let us rest in the truth that God's loving presence walks beside us, guiding our steps and infusing our actions with purpose. In this sacred moment, we are upheld by divine care, knowing that we are never alone and that each act of kindness we carry is held in the fullness of His embrace. With hearts now resting in hope, we are blessed by the assurance of God's nearness, reminding us that our quiet acts of love resonate deeply in His eyes. As we embrace this day ahead, we carry with us the strength of keeping our hearts open and attuned to the needs around us, knowing that He is always with us. As we gently embrace the quiet strength that comes from giving without recognition, we open our hearts to the presence of something deeper than ourselves. In this sacred moment together, we settle into a space filled with trust and reflection, knowing we are not alone in our journey. With a shared spirit of openness, we prepare to approach the divine, allowing gratitude and expectancy to weave into our hearts as we prepare for prayer. As the light of a new day breaks upon us, may we find assurance in the peace that comes from unhurried kindness. This morning, let us hold space for the gentle strength of giving, embracing the beauty of our quiet contributions. Together, we gather our thoughts, nurturing a stillness where we can fully connect. So, as we enter into this time of prayer, let us carry a sense of expectancy and tenderness in our hearts, ready to commune with the source of our hope. A heartfelt thankfulness for God's unseen presence and faithfulness in every moment. An honoring reverence for God's character as we acknowledge His goodness and constancy. A serene and unhurried atmosphere that envelops us in worshipful adoration. We pause in this sacred stillness, acknowledging Your presence, O Lord, and we thank You for Your steadfast love and faithfulness that knows no bounds. You are our rock and fortress, ever near in times of comfort and joy. In our quiet moments, we celebrate Your goodness, trusting in Your unwavering character that provides peace amidst life's storms. We honor You for being the source of all grace, the embodiment of mercy, and the author of our lives. As we dwell in this moment of worship, we cherish your nearness, knowing that you meet us here in our hearts, inviting us deeper into your embrace. The prayer invites a gentle alignment with God's Spirit, focusing on how His love shapes our daily interactions and decisions. The blessing carries peace and comfort, assuring that God's presence guides us through each moment. We experience a settling of our hearts as we recognize the quiet strength woven into our lives and choices. As we pause in your presence, Lord, we receive the beauty of your faithfulness settling in our hearts, shaping our thoughts and guiding our decisions today. May the quiet strength of giving without recognition flourish within us, bringing peace to our inner lives and illuminating our paths in unseen moments ahead. We welcome your presence to enfold us, guiding our actions and covering us with your love as we move gently through this day, resting in the assurance of your faithful companionship. As we come to the close of this time together, we breathe in the quiet assurance that we are held in your loving care. We recognize the peace that envelops us, reminding us that our acts of kindness, no matter how unnoticed by the world, find their significance in you. In this moment of stillness, we feel a profound sense of completion, trusting that as we step into our day, we carry with us the heart of generosity that you nurture within us. Here we find rest and strength, knowing that we can offer kindness freely, secure in your embrace, as we conclude this prayer together. In this sacred moment, we lean into the quiet trust that springs from knowing we are not alone and that our hearts are aligned with divine purpose. As we prepare to close in prayer, we allow ourselves to fully embrace the calm assurance of God's presence in our lives, fostering an inward sense of peace. Now, with hearts settled and spirits uplifted, we unite our voices in quiet confidence, trusting in the gift of mercy we've been called to embody. We rest in the assurance that every act of love, however small, is cherished and significant in your eyes. May we carry this peace into the moments ahead, knowing that our kindness reflects your light in the world. We give thanks for this time and ask for strength to continue walking in your ways, feeling anchored in your presence. As we conclude this morning prayer, we breathe deeply and say together, Amen. We invite you to carry this spirit of quiet strength with you, embracing moments of generosity throughout your day. Feel free to stay connected with us for more reflections or simply revisit this space whenever you seek peace and companionship. As we part ways for now, know that we cherish this shared time together and look forward to our next moment. As we come to the close of this time together, let's hold on to the peace and trust we've cultivated, allowing the quiet strength of giving without recognition to guide our actions today. Know that you're welcome to return to us for more moments of reflection, and carry this gentle spirit with you into all that lies ahead. Our commitment to give selflessly and quietly, while embracing a heart of service and love the needs in our communities, among our families, and within ourselves that require gentle support and compassion, a confident surrender to God's perfect timing and understanding of our hearts, we come before you with a shared heart, recognizing our reliance on your guidance as we seek to embody the quiet strength of giving without the desire for recognition. We ask for open hearts to generously support those in need around us, whether it be a neighbor struggling with challenges, a friend feeling isolated, or any burden we each carry silently within our own spirits. Grant us the wisdom to respond to these needs with grace and selflessness, walking in your love as we navigate our daily lives. We trust that you care deeply for each of these situations, and we surrender our concerns into your hands, knowing that you will respond as only you can, even as we continue this prayer journey together.